Right here at noon, a miracle landing in Lancaster County. This fiery scene after a plane crash, only causing some minor injuries to the pilot and 4 passengers on board. That information coming from a new FAA preliminary report just released this morning. Thanks so much for joining us right here at noon. I'm Candace Scalise, and this is the crazy video we are talking about right behind me right here. So we still know a lot of information that's coming in from that FAA report. We know that plane crashed shortly after taking off from Lancaster Airport and landed in a retirement community's parking lot. Despite everyone being okay, this crash caused a lot of damage and, of course, sent some people to the hospital. TJ Anthony live at that retirement community right now in Manheim Township. TJ, that community has now put out a statement, and I know you've been working on this story since this happened yesterday. So give us an update here at noon.
Absolutely, Candace, and more just continues to just get released about what exactly happened yesterday. Now, you mentioned that statement. We'll get to that in just a second, but first I want to talk about what's going on right now. So if you can look behind me, you can see that there is still crime scene tape there as well. We have noticed military personnel are on the scene too as they continue to scope through the evidence too. Now, I want my photographer to just zoom in because you can actually still see the plane is on the ground there. If you take a close look, that is the tip of the wing of that plane that crashed yesterday. And we also noticed officials moved the plane off of cars as they continue to scope through that crash site. Okay, let's go ahead and show you some of what that retirement village said in a statement today. So they said that the site of the crash remains an active investigation under the Federal Aviation Administration and the National Transportation Safety Board. And because of the wreck, it caused a fuel spill. The Environmental Protection Agency is also evaluating the environmental impact of that wreck. Now, back live out here, we do also know, Candace, that you mentioned the FAA did release a preliminary report. Now, from that report, we did get to see that they are now investigating this as an accident. And yesterday, we also knew that 5 people were on board that plane, but now we know that 4 of them were passengers. 1 of them is a crew member. We didn't have that information yesterday. But totally, this situation is just very unbelievable because we also know that those people, 5 on board, all just have minor injuries after crashing right behind me to that retirement village. All of them are expected to be okay. And there were no casualties on the ground as well. Everyone from the retirement community is expected to be okay. The only collateral damage are just a few cars in that parking lot right there too. So it was just truly an unbelievable situation. That plane just missing buildings as well, landing in that parking lot. Now, we do know at least 3 federal agencies are now investigating everything regarding this crash. That's the FAA, the Environmental Protection Agency as well. And then we also know that another agency, the NTSB, is investigating the crash too. So Candace, we are going to be live on site here all day, just continuing to speak to investigators, figure out what is the latest in the investigation as we continue to learn more in this plane crash. But thankfully, of course, we can report that everyone is expected to be okay. For now, reporting live in Manheim Township, I'm TJ Anthony, CBS 21 News. Candace, back to you.
TJ, thank you. Yeah, incredible skill by the pilot there to just hit cars and that no deaths were reported. Thank you for that report and that update today Absolutely. At noon. President Trump weighing in too. He was asked about this crash and all of the other plane crashes since he's taken office in January. More specifically, he was asked about concerns from the Transportation Secretary Sean Duffy about the department being gutted. And here's what Trump had to say.
Well, that has nothing to do with the department. That was a small plane. And that would have happened whether you had a big department or a small department, as you understand. It's just they have space like this. You know, they have times when things happen a little bit more often than normal, and then it goes back and you go many years without having a problem.
He was a little difficult to hear there, but you can head to our website. We put that interview on our website, cbs21.com, for more on that. But he went on to praise the Southwest pilots that avoided a near miss on a runway in Chicago. Of course, that video you're looking at from the Lancaster plane crash. We do have more coverage of this crash on our website too and on social media. You can just head to cbs21.com for that and check out our YouTube page as well.